Remember when I told you that the bishop lived in Chicago? I remember as a kid taking long road trips there to visit. We packed our lunches and stopped at rest areas and parks to eat. Because after watching the movie The Green Book in Lovecraft Country, I understand why we didn't stop at any restaurants. However, it was a cozy, comfy ride on the plush seats of the 98. My brother and I would fall asleep till we hear our dad say, "Wake up, we're here." We stayed at our great-great-grandmama Wood's apartment in the famous ghetto projects of Cabrini-O-Green. She lived there temporarily because they was doing some reconstruction in the certain areas, and her house got torn down over on Franklin Street, so she got housed there temporarily. It didn't look bad to me back in the day. The only thing I hated was when the elevator was broken and we had to carry the luggage up 13 flights of stairs. The stairwells stink, and so did the elevator, but at least the elevator ride was quicker, get you through that smell and on into the apartment. The apartment was nice, but it wasn't that big. Only 2 bedrooms, but we all fit. There was a pull-out sofa sleeper, and then we had some rollaway beds. My great-aunt Mary lived there as well to help take care of great-great-grandmama. I would ask if I can go outside and play when we was there to visit, and the answer was always no. But you can go out in this hallway and play, or you can go down to the mailbox with Aunt Mary and get the mail. I always wondered why the big fence was up in the hallway. I guess it was for safety purposes, so no one would fall off, jump off, or get thrown over the rail. We were on the 13th floor, and this was a gangsterous city, right? So they say. My grandpa didn't live there. He lived over on Route 66 in a house with farm. He planted a garden and grew veggies, had fruit trees. That was the Chicago Heights area, I believe. He was quite the businessman. As I said, this was only temporary. His mom moved back out into a house. I think the street was South Yale. It was somewhere. It was close by the church. The bishop also worked at the Pullman Train Company as a painter. He painted the outside of the trains when they got all scraped up to keep them looking good. Somebody had to do it right. Aunt Mary, she worked at the post office, and I don't know where Grandmama Pryor worked, but she was up there. She lived on the west side of Chicago. The bishop ended up moving off of Route 66. It was getting a little dangerous over there with the mob and all. But anyway, he moved into a house in the neighborhoodish of the church area. Nevertheless, I had a ball every time we went up there, going to Jewtown, doing all the shopping, eating pizza, eating donuts, eating the Polish sausages. I tell you, if I could do it again, I would. I believe Jewtown is long gone. I don't know. If anybody know if it's still around, let me know. Last time I had a Polish sausage from Jewtown was in like 1990. I remember the year because we was up there for my Uncle Ann's wife's funeral, Priscilla. So yeah, we still have family up there in the area. Cousins. All right, back to the photo album book. Let's flip through these pages. See if you recognize anybody. You might see yourself. And while we're doing this, let's play some of these cassette tapes. If I can get them to play, because some of them are breaking. They're so old. Anyway, thanks for watching.